Welcome back to another episode of 2016, the podcast. Now, guys, I know it's been a while. I have been away from the pod for a little bit. Hand up, guilty. That's on me. Just a little life update, I guess. I graduated college, so I was a little busy, I'm trying to figure out this whole real world thing. That's why, if you're watching the video format, little scruffy, hair's a little all over the place. Just not looking homeless, but not looking like a fine employed gentleman, some would say. But why are we here today, guys? We are here to talk about 2016. As you guys already know, 2016 is the greatest year of all time, in my opinion. And today, I wanted to kind of just debrief the first 3 episodes, establish something that's been on my mind about the year 2016 and what comes after it, and then jump into talk about movies and just media a little bit in this episode of 2016, the podcast. So to start, I'm sorry about the first 3 episodes, guys. I don't think they were my best. I think my ideas were there, but I don't think I fully articulated myself. As you guys know, we talked about bottle flipping and mannequin challenge, basketball, which I think was our best episode so far, and then R.I.P. Harambe, which was David Bowie, Prince, and Harambe, obviously. So I think I had great concepts. I don't think I fully executed on them, and that's on me. And I mean, the first 3 episodes were part of a class I had at TCU, and I think they did their job. They taught me a lot, and I've realized what I need to get better at and what I really want from this podcast, which is really, it's not about 2016, guys. It's about just being happy in the moment and remembering things for how good they were and not how bad. I think that last episode about Prince and Bowie really kind of helped me figure out where I wanted this show to be. And not to brag or anything, guys, but the trailer for this podcast got curated by Apple Podcasts as one of the best trailers for new podcasts. So Apple Podcasts said, "Guys, 2016 the podcast has the best trailer ever. The show itself sucks, but the trailer is really good." So we're going to try to prove them wrong and show them our show is just as good as the trailer. Also, a classmate of mine got curated as best new shows on Spotify. I forgot what it's called, but it's about immigration and just American policies, and it's super interesting. You guys should all go check it out. If you go to TCU, FTD, and they're posting about it. She has the front page because she deserves it. I'm the back page, but we're trying to get to a point where I'm a front page guy, guys. That's the goal, okay? We're going to make this a competition with Crystal, okay? Her podcast is better now, but in the long term, we're gonna one-up her. It's a friendly game of competition. She doesn't know we're competing, but now we are, okay? So I just wanted to get that off the chest. But 2016, I've been seeing a lot of stuff online lately. A lot of memes, a lot of highlights, edits, some would say, about 2017 and 2018 as some of the best years ever and how nostalgic they are. Take me back to 2018. I'm like, whoa. Okay. Let's spin back a little bit, okay? It's 2016 or nothing, guys. Come on. Don't get me wrong. 2018 was great. We had Fortnite. We had some other stuff, too. It was a good year. It wasn't bad. I mean, anything before 2020 was pretty solid. Okay, 2019, that's up there too. But the thing you have to realize is it all started because of 2016. That's when that pop culture shift happened. Okay? Guys, the internet's constantly growing. And it's made these jumps. We're viewing one right now with the whole AI thing. It's taking one of those leaps where we're reaching a new age of just short-term content and media we are consuming. We have a bunch of AI videos that are, some of them are low-key funny. I saw a Stranger Things one last night. It was pretty good. But we have to realize 2018, 2017, 2019, that's all part of 2016. That phase of the internet is because of what happened in 2016, because of the jump we took. Because I'm gonna sound like a broken record, guys. 2016 is that perfect point where the internet and the real world are separated. Then after that, we get this tilt where everything is more in the internet than in real life. But we still got that feeling that we're connected to it. And I feel like 2019 is kind of marks the end of that little era that started in 2016, because obviously 2020, COVID, yeah, we were pretty just all internet then. With that, I just had to get that off my chest. People are praising 2018. It was great. 2016 is the reason it was great. You have to remember where it all started. Sorry guys. But with that, today I wanted to talk about movies. I was a film major in college. Back when I was in college, 3 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. Last week, actually. Jesus. I'm old now. I studied film. I think film is the perfect medium. I think just like 2016, film is one of those things that's just perfect in every sense of the word. It's the perfect way to waste your time or to not waste it. You sit there for 2 hours. You're like, you know what? I didn't do much. Wasn't productive, but I enjoyed what I did. Just like when I look back at 2016, like those 365 days, I didn't learn guitar. I didn't win a gold medal. I had a good time though. So I don't regret any of it. Any of 2016, really. Even all my mistakes, even the bad movies I've watched, I don't regret it because, I consumed something and I experienced something. I think that's what makes 2016 and film kind of one and the same. So, to start, first of all, 2016 has two of the best films I think I've ever seen. 2 of my top 10 films of all time. I know you guys know what everyone knows what films were cool in 2016. Like, I shouldn't have to explain it. We're interlinked right now. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. Guys, I'm talking about La La Land. Oh my gosh. I hope everyone has seen La La Land. It's one of the greatest movies ever. It is one of those movies that's always in or out of my Letterboxd top 4. It's great, and there's the whole Oscars thing about that. They thought they won the Oscar, but they didn't. It was actually this other movie that I'm going to talk about right now, Moonlight. Guys, I'm a big music in movies guy. I love soundtracks. I love diegetic sound. Yep, using big words here. Diegetic is when the sound is coming from the movie. Like, the actors, the cast, the characters, they hear the sounds that we're hearing as the audience. That's diegetic. And non-diegetic is only we can hear it, the audience. But, so Moonlight has this scene towards the end of the movie. Moonlight is about this gay guy who kind of wrote this gay black man. Super relatable to me. I'm joking. Sorry, I just made myself laugh there. But it's about this gay black man and just kind of growing up, really. It's kind of about just him living. Kind of like in 2016, we're just living. It's kind of just about his life. It's a great film. But towards the end of the movie, there's a scene. They're at a diner. The jukebox is playing, it's an Aretha Franklin song. It is Come By Me, Stay With Me. One Step Ahead. One Step Ahead by Aretha Franklin is playing. And I think it's the most poetic moment in film history, or one of them. I think it's Moonlight doesn't have a lot of music, but this scene is literally perfect. When it comes to the music playing from the jukebox, and then it goes out to non-diegetic to diegetic back and forth. It's like, oh my goodness gracious, guys. It is just cinematic masterpiece. And I'm not going to lie, guys. Believe what you want to believe. Be like, ew, boys kissing in a movie? Why is that winning stuff? Don't get me wrong. When I was watching, I was like, why am I watching guys kiss? And like, why do I like this movie still? It's a great movie. It doesn't matter. Like, it was in 2016. Like, I think that's a good moment. We're like, okay, we can watch guys kiss in a movie and be like, who cares? We're adults now. We're in high school. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that, but it's still cool. It's still a good movie. But kind of to backtrack back to La La Land. Oh my god. Guys, if you ever are just struggling to do homework, procrastinating, play the La La Land soundtrack. I believe it's the second song, maybe the first song. It's like da 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 in a city full of, I don't know, but it's so good for homework. I'm so productive. It's ruined a few of my Spotify raps because of that, because it's just such good homework music. La La Land, all music directly from the film. More like original music for the film. They don't take in. Actually, they do play I Ran by the Flock of Seagulls for a few seconds, but it's not in the soundtrack. But oh my gosh, guys. La La Land is beautiful. I think it has a perfect ending. People can argue that It's one of the big debated topics is how it ends, because it's kind of contested. I wonder why. It's because I think it's a happy ending. I think some people would debate that it's not a happy ending. But just like 2016, plenty of bad things happened. Plenty of good things happened. And I think the happy ending is kind of up to yourself. Like, did you have a good year or did you not? In reality, I don't think anyone had a perfect year. So just like how La La Land's ending isn't the perfect ending, quote unquote, like isn't happily ever after, I think just like 2016, like, oh wow, I didn't do everything I wanted to do, but you know what? This is still a good year. So, that's how I combine La La Land to 2016. I think that works. I think that's articulated well enough. But just to do a little overview of some of the other stuff that came out that year. Oh my god. How can we not talk about this? Stranger Things came out in 2016. It is about to be 2026, 10 years later, and we're finally going to finish Stranger Things. Think about it. The 10-year anniversary of 2016, we're going to be celebrating by watching the end of a show that started that year. Atlanta, great show. I only seen TikTok edits of it, but looks like a banger. The Crown, The Americans, Rectify. I haven't watched those, but they all seem really good. And because they came out in 2016, I'm going to say they're really good. The People vs. O.J. Simpson, that was so fascinating to me as a high schooler, middle schooler. I'd watch it with my mom because I didn't know who O.J. was. And I think FX did it perfectly of showing the story and how he didn't. I'm not going to say if he did or didn't. That's not me. But, I think if we look back on The People vs. O.J., it was very interesting because we're kind of doing that now with 2016. We're looking back and we're documenting it. We're talking about what happened. Like, did it happen or did it not happen? 2016 happened and it was a great year. And so I think the idea of history, looking back on it from a cinematic point of view, is amazing. Like, I love history. I'm a history junkie. I fall asleep to YouTube videos on Jane Austen essays and wake up in the middle of the night and my computer's auto-playing Greek mythology. I'm like, heck yeah. I'm only going to consume 5 minutes of this before I fall back asleep, but, sign me up. So The People vs. O.J. Simpson. Oh, we had BoJack Horseman came out that year. Game of Thrones was obviously going on in Westworld. BoJack Horseman. I still see edits of that depressed horse on TikTok today. It kind of just shows the prevalence of 2016 media. I think that's the best way to put it. 2016 media is still relevant today. So let me look through my notes real quick, guys. Let me scroll through. Let me read you the top 10 grossing films of 2016. Now, let's be honest. We're yearning about a year. We don't care about how much they made worldwide, but these are the movies that were quote-unquote the best because they make the most money, because that doesn't matter. The two best movies of 2016 are on this list. They made money internally in my heart. So first up, we had Captain America Civil War. Then we had Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Then Finding Dory. Then Zootopia, The Jungle Book, Secret Life of Pets, Batman v Superman, The Dawn of Justice, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, Deadpool, Suicide Squad. So just looking at this list, naming off those films, it was a year of eternal struggle in the world of film. I think the stories were captivating. Captain America Civil War, Batman v Superman, Suicide Squad, Deadpool. Those are all crazy stories that kind of tongue twister there. All sorts of internal fighting and just not depression, but just kind of a searching for self-identity. And I think that's a great way to look at 2016, where we kind of come, by the end of these films, we kind of see the characters come to who they really are. And I think if 2016 was that year for most people, or for myself at least, and for society, we kind of saw who we all are. I mean, we saw an election happen. It's like, okay, this is who we are as a nation? Okay. I guess we got to roll with it for 4 years, You see the end of you see Deadpool. It's like one of these movies that was in pre-production limbo for like 10 years. Waiting, and it finally happened. Like 2016 was that jumpstart year. It's like, okay, this is happening. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Warner Bros., what are we doing? Make more of these. These are such good movies. I love them. I love expanding upon the Harry Potter universe. And I feel like 2016 was a great start where we're starting to expand out into new things. We had Harry Potter in the past, but let's be honest, guys. We had them. We read the books. I didn't. My grandpa read them to my brother and my cousin, but for me, he just read the movies. Or not read. We just went and watched the movies. Like he gave up. Like, movies are good enough now. Okay, Grandpa. Sorry I'm not good enough of a reader for you, but Zootopia. I just saw Zootopia 2 a few days ago. It took 10 years for the second Zootopia. And first of all, banger. It was so good. I saw it with 2 of my college friends. We're all 22, 23 years old. Watching Zootopia. The night it premiered. In a theater full of kids. No, it was like the 9 o'clock showing. There wasn't that many kids. I had a great time. I spent way too much money on popcorn. Popcorn was way cheaper in 2016, guys. It's kind of ridiculous what they've done to the economy in the whole movie theater experience. Like, oh, go to the movies. Well, yeah, if it didn't cost me $40 freaking, I would go more, okay? Jesus. Rogue One, easily the best Star Wars movie under Disney's name. I think it was such a... Oh my gosh, Rogue One was a banger. And it led to Andor, which came out last year, which just shows that 2016 wasted everything in the future media. Let me just look at some other films, guys. Okay, let's go to TV. We already talked about Stranger Things, but we had Fresh Off the Boat, Blackish. Those were bangers on ABC. Like, Fresh Off the Boat was so good. Jane the Virgin, I didn't watch, but if people talked about it, I'd nod my head because all the hot chicks watched that show. It was like the replacement for New Girl. If you know, you know. Brooklyn Nine-Nine, banger. Superstore was on in 2016. That makes me feel old. That is crazy it's been on that long. The Good Place, didn't watch it, but crazy ending apparently. Actually, I know it was a crazy ending. What else do we have? Stranger Things, The Crown, BoJack Horseman, Happy Valley. I don't know what Happy Valley is, but all those other ones sound really familiar. Fleabag, Transparent, Goliath, and 11 on Amazon. Those, I don't know, they sound good. Better Call Saul. I mean, an absolute banger of a show. Plead Guilty. I haven't finished it, but I know what it is. I know, to some degree, what we're talking about. What else did we have here? The People vs. O.J. Simpson, Americans, You're the Worst. Mr. Robot. Oh my gosh. That show's good, and that actor is like so good, he kind of scares me. Billions. Silicon Valley, Game of Thrones. Last week with John Oliver, and he's still kicking it today. Berlin Station. Those are some of the top like cable shows. But guys, basically what I'm trying to say is there's something about media from 2016 that it kind of hit home. Not even kind of. It 100% hit home. It wasn't artificial, and it addressed conflicts. Captain America Civil War is literally seeing all of your favorite people fighting internally. It's like, no, what are we doing? Why? And it's like, okay, I mean, I get it. We have to pick a side. And obviously it was an election year, so it's kind of perfect. I mean, Batman vs. Superman as well. It's just a year where you kind of had to you had to see them fight. You had to see people express themselves. I mean, the superheroes got to let it out. And 2016 was a perfect year. You let everything out. You get it off your chest. You say, you know what? This is how I feel. 2016, let's do it. And, you know, people might be hearing me say all this stuff about the films in 2016. Like, obviously, there's good movies every year. I'm just saying, for some reason, media just aligned with the identity of the year. I mean, we had Prince, Bowie pass away. So we had movies of conflicting ideas, of just powerhouses just going at it. And I'm not sure how I should say this in the best way possible, but let me think. Guys, it's the movies. The point isn't to be consumed by these deeper ideas of philosophical value that I'm kind of just rambling on about. But yes, film, media, books, they have these deeper meanings, but it's also just pure enjoyment. I enjoyed when I went to the movies in 2016. I saw 10 Cloverfield Lane in 2016. It wasn't the best movie ever, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good, actually. And that's the whole point. Just go and enjoy it. All those films I saw in there, like looking back, in the moment I was like, wow, I wasn't like, looking back on it now, I'm like, wow, these weren't the greatest films of all time. But you know what? If I'm thinking about when I was in the theater in that moment, I enjoyed the films. I did. I had a good time. I didn't waste my time. And I think that's what was great about 2016. Even when you did something dumb, you didn't waste your time. When you watch that show, it's like, oh my God, what am I doing? But you know what? I'm going to watch it. I'm going to binge it. And you know what? In the end, you're like, that movie, that TV show had some funny moments. You don't watch Game of Thrones all the way to the last season and watch that last season and be like, you know what? I regretted the whole thing. You don't. It's just like 2016. You didn't live through that full year and be like, have one bad month, a few bad days, and be like, that was the worst year ever. No. That's not how it works, okay? That's not how it works, okay? You can't say 2016 was bad. But basically, guys, 2016 was a good year. We had good films. We had good cinema. La La Land and Moonlight, those could have been the only two movies that came out that year, and I would have been perfectly fine, because they're bangers. But it's not about the movie. It's about living. It's about experiencing. You don't go to the theater hoping for, this is going to be the greatest cinematic experience of my life. You go there, yeah, I'm going to get, you know what? Popcorn? Butter? I really don't need to eat popcorn right now. You know what? I'm going to get popcorn. I deserve it. I snuck in candy. I'll sneak a popcorn. But with that, guys, sneak in that popcorn. Sneak in that candy. Buy that popcorn. Enjoy the moment. Because that's what you were doing in 2016. You were there, sitting, watching Rogue One, watching Captain America, watching Superman, watching them fight. Be like, guys, why are we fighting? I actually keep doing it. This is really cool to see. So just sit there, guys, and enjoy the moment. Not just any moment. That 2016 moment. So, thank you, guys. I'll post again sometimes, guys. My schedule, I don't know how consistently we're going to post on here, but I'm not going to forget about 2016. This is Adam, signing out.